The subject of today's video is a bit of a hot topic at the moment, and that's sugar. And the reason that it's been in the news even more than usual is because the World Health Organization have published a report recently which states that although they're officially sticking to their recommendation of around about 12 teaspoons of sugar as a recommended daily allowance, they have also stated in that report that if we were to halve that intake to around about 6 teaspoons per day, we would achieve much better health. There would be a great deal of health benefits from making that reduction. So what I wanted to do today is share a bit of a technique that I use with a lot of my clients when it comes to navigating the question of what actually counts as sugar. So what I've done is I've developed a quick test which I call the Sugar Baddie test, and it's something that my clients can use and you can use as well when you're navigating your supermarket shopping for the week, or even if you're just popping into the local mini mart and making a choice for a quick meal or a snack on the go. Okay, so this is how it starts. Now we all know that this stuff here is sugar. It's really obvious. If this was a Hollywood baddie, it would be so obvious. This stuff, this white refined sugar that we put in our teas and coffees and using cakes and things like that, maybe we sweeten our breakfasts with them, that would be the equivalent of Hannibal Lecter in a Hollywood movie. It's so obvious that it's not that good for you. And there are some other really obvious sort of baddie characters in this category, in this first category. So something like this sugary iced donut, that's definitely an obvious baddie. This is going to be the Joker from the Batman movies. Really, really obvious that if you eat that, it's full of sugar. It's not a great choice. And the same goes for something like this bottle of fizzy soda, or fizzy sugary water if you prefer to call it that. Once again, I mean, this would be maybe Hans Gruber from Die Hard. You know, it's not making that many attempts to disguise the fact, because we've got the information these days. We know that this stuff is full of sugar, lots of sugar. In fact, if you drink this bottle of soda, you're drinking about 13 teaspoons of sugar just in that bottle. First category, the obvious baddies. After that, it gets a little bit more twisty in the plot department, because if you imagine we're looking at a movie where the plot twists and turns, and there are the characters that actually you didn't realise. You didn't realise that they were a bad guy all along. And in this category, I would put things like this healthy looking juice. It's pure premium. It's not from concentrate. It's just orange and cranberries, according to the label. And the same goes for something like this fat-free yogurt. And the reason that I would put these in the what I call the masqueraders category is because, you know, they look so healthy from the outside. If you look at this label, it's all full of nice natural fruits and things like that. You think, yeah, I would rate this as the Kaiser Soze from The Usual Suspects, and this could be Cypher from The Matrix. And these are the ones where, you know, you're watching the movie and you're thinking, yeah, you know, he's got something about him, that character. And then at the end, you're like, oh my God, I didn't realise you were the bad guy all along. That's what these are. And it's because they have a significant amount of hidden sugars in them. So if we take these examples, let's have a look. Okay, carbohydrates of which are sugars. In a regular serving, this has 17.8 grams of sugar in it. Now, what that means in real terms is about 4.5 teaspoons in a glass of this orange juice. I think that's quite a lot. Because if you think about it, if you put 4.5 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee or your tea, the person sitting opposite you would be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're putting that much sugar in your tea. But nobody would bat an eyelid if you actually drank a glass of this healthy looking juice. And the same goes for something like this fat-free yogurt. You think it's great because it's fat-free. In reality, it's got 12.6 grams of sugar in it. And that equates to, again, about 4 teaspoons of sugar. So if you're including something like this in your healthy lunch, actually what you're doing is you're consuming sugars and you don't even realise. You think you're doing a good thing, and then it turns out it's just a masquerader. Okay, the third category in the sugar baddie test is a little bit different, and I'll explain why in a second, but they're what I like to call the ninjas. And the reason that I call them the ninjas is because you don't even know that they're there. What I mean by that is when you look at something like a loaf of bread or even a packet of pasta, you don't ordinarily associate them with sugar, and that's fair enough. But the point is that they're actually made from this ingredient. This is white, refined, highly refined flour. And what's happened with that flour is it's basically had all of the fibre taken out of it. And can you see the similarity between this and the sugar that I used at the beginning? It has a very similar effect on your body. It's very quickly and easily absorbed, and it spikes your blood sugar in a very similar way to actual refined granulated sugar. So when you're eating these products, it's having the same effect in your body as the refined sugar and the sugar that's in the yogurts and the fruit drinks and the sodas. It's having the same effect, and that is it's spiking your blood sugar because they're very quickly and easily absorbed into your bloodstream. That causes a knock-on effect with your insulin as your body tries to cope with that spike in your blood sugar. But it doesn't end there, because that whole process is really the beginning of you storing extra fat. It's the beginning of inflammation taking hold in your body. And if you've got any kind of concerns when it comes to high blood sugar, weight gain, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and also digestive issues, then you need to think about these products in the same way as you're thinking about this and about this. And that's really the point that I'm trying to make today. If you're walking around the supermarket and you're wondering which products are going to be better for you, then the sugar baddie test is just a quick way to keep it at the front of your mind. Is it a bad guy? Is it an obvious bad guy? Is it a masquerader? Or even worse, perhaps, is it a ninja? Have you got ninjas lurking in your shopping trolley? Are you taking them home and eating them and allowing them to cause damage in your body? I don't want you to think that it's all bad news. There are so many healthy alternatives to these ninjas, as well as the masqueraders and the obvious bad guys. And this is what I teach my clients, and hopefully this is what I'm going to help you to achieve as well in your real life. If you look below this video, there are a couple of recommendations, some recipes that will help you to replace these ninjas with true Hollywood good guys. So thanks for watching, see you next time, and if you like this video, please give it a like and share it with anybody that you think will need this information. Thank you.